Alright guys, Games Over Life here for part 3. I thought I'd do the classic carpet video for you here. So I just want to start with these two, Every Extra Extend and Killzone Liberation. Those were two that I must have picked up fairly recently, or at least pulled out to play, and they were not in the sleeves, so I have those as well. And that is it. Thank you for watching part 3. Just kidding. Here we go. Prince of Persia Revelations. I was able to pick this one up nice and cheap, and I love Prince of Persia on the console, so I thought I'd give it a try. I played it a little bit. Again, I really recommend the console version over the handheld. Prinny 2. I picked up Prinny 2 because everybody was like, the difficulty is so hard and you're going to die a bunch, and what I found more was that the controls kind of sucked, and that's why you tended to die, not because of the level of difficulty. Next one, Project Diva the Second. This again, I had to import, but it's like one of my favorite games on the PSP. I love rhythm games, so it was definitely worth it, and this is a great one. So if you get a chance and you like rhythm games, import it. Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. Really fun game, just kind of very arcade-ish. Kind of reminds me of like Time Crisis in a way, even though that's not, you're not standing with a gun in front of an arcade screen, but I mean, like the whole kind of art style or idea of it. You're driving the cars, and then you're going to jump on to the moving vehicles and shoot the guys, and jump back in between things. And it's a fun game. Puzzle Quest. Warlord. What is this one? Challenge of the Warlords. That's what it is. I really like the art style in this game. And I really do like the puzzles as well. The difficulty in this game is kind of funny, though, because sometimes you'll be going along and you'll feel like you're really kind of getting the hang of how it works and you're getting better at it. And then you'll meet like a boss, and all of a sudden he'll just whoop the freaking crap out of you, and you have no way to like go back and grind. And so I like it. Actually, I think my copy is a little bit defective. At a certain point, I think that one stopped working, which was sad. Maybe I'll get a different copy. R-Type Command. This is by Atlas. That was mainly why I picked it up. And it was super cheap. It looks like a grid-based kind of deal. And again, I'm a fan of the grid-based things, but I haven't had a chance to play that one. Same with this one, Ragnarok Tactics. Again, I am a fan of these types of games. This one is still sealed. That was the last physical game that I bought for the PSP. Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. I really like Ratchet and Clank on the consoles. Decided that I would pick up a handheld version. This one actually holds up to the consoles in my opinion. It's actually a pretty good game. Rengoku. I have not played this one. I picked it up because it was dirt cheap. It looked kind of interesting to me. It looks like you're this thing, whatever he is, and you got to go through this tower, kill a bunch of stuff. It's kind of like an action hack and slash sort of deal, from what I can tell, but I haven't played it yet. Resistance Retribution. This is the prime example of me really liking a game on a console and then getting a handheld version and it being a first-person shooter and me not liking it like at all. I could not get with the control scheme of this game. Every time the aliens would come in, I'd be like, kill them, but I couldn't because my fingers just couldn't understand why they would make the buttons mapped the way they would. And I was pretty sure I looked at the options for like if you could change it or not, and you couldn't. So this is a really good looking game, and it definitely shows off what the PSP can do, and it seems like it would be a really good game if you could get into it. But again, the control scheme just kind of turned me off to that one. Riviera. This is just, again by Atlas, and this is a turn-based sort of, it's funny because everybody likes Riviera, but Riviera's setup to me is kind of reminiscent of Unlimited Saga, and everybody hates Unlimited Saga, but Riviera is the much better game battle system-wise, or like not, you can actually figure out what you're doing in Riviera versus Unlimited Saga, but I just kind of think of the two sort of when I think of each other, and everybody hates the one and not the other, so I think that's kind of funny. Rocky Balboa. This is a boxing game for the PSP. I like to pick up boxing games every once in a while. This one's actually pretty fun. I played a few matches, and they were a lot more challenging than I thought, so that gave me some good entertainment. Persona 2, as you can see, this is still sealed. I bought this when it came out, and I never got to it. I actually haven't played Persona 2 on the PS1 though either, so maybe I would start with that one. Probably not, but you know, that's the second part of that story, obviously. SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEAL Team Bravo. I really like this game as far as like a third-person shooter goes. I think this one works pretty good. It did take me a little while to get used to the controls, but once I picked them up, it was a good game, so I decided to get 2 and 3. Though I have not played those two, I'm sure they're pretty solid. You know, looking up reviews and things, people tend to rate those games all sort of in the same, you know, 4 stars. SSX on tour. I love SSX. You know, I used to play the crap out of Tricky. I got the one on the PS3, which was kind of a disappointment, but whatever. And then I wanted to pick up a handheld version as well. I really like the music in this game. You know, the controls and like the overall game itself. It's kind of mediocre, but that's okay. Star Ocean First Departure. This is sealed. This is another one of those games that I had in my original collection, and I just never got to, and I ended up selling off. And I heard it was pretty good, so I picked it back up, but I have not played it. Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. I like the Battlefront games. People told me this was the one to get if you were going to get one. I have not had a chance to play it. I hope it's not all based on like multiplayer online, because by now that would obviously be dead. So hopefully that'll be having a decent single player option as well. Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Super deep strategy RPG, basically everything I could ask for and more. Very, very good. Recommend it. Tales of Eternia. This is an import. You got to get this one from the UK, but it's basically Tales of Destiny 2 for the PS1. But again, then you would have it in the portable version. Very good game. Tekken Dark Resurrection. Probably my favorite fighter for the PSP. I was a really big Tekken 3 fan. I unlocked like everything and put hours and hours and hours into that game. And so Dark Resurrection is a nice kind of homage to that for me. I really like it. Legend of Heroes. I got the first one. Oh. And I got the second one. And I got Trails in the Sky. I don't have this whole series. It's not my favorite, you know, series, so I didn't know if I wanted to collect the whole series or not. What I have right now, you know, I'm pretty happy with. Trails in the Sky is still sealed, but I have played that one. And then the other two, they're a little bit graphically, I don't know. I'm not a big graphics guy, but even that sometimes it's like, ooh, those are some bad graphics. The Third Birthday. A lot of people don't like this game because it's supposed to be part of the Parasite Eve series, and it's nothing like the Parasite Eve series. But I think if you just take the game kind of on its own, it's a fairly decent game. Tokobot. I haven't played a whole lot of Tokobot, but basically it's kind of like Pikmin, but with these little robots. It's pretty fun from what I have played, but I haven't played a lot of it. Valkyria Chronicles 2. I loved Valkyria Chronicle on the PS3, so I picked up the second one. Valkyrie Profile. Valkyrie Profile I had on the PS1. I sold for a large amount because people really want that game, and I needed some money at the time, so I picked up this port. It's not as good as the PS1 version, but it is still a very good game, and for the difference in price that you would pay for this compared to the PS1 version, totally worth it. Virtua Tennis. I love Virtua Tennis, so I wanted to get a PSP version. There is a little bit of slowdown, a little bit of lag, but it still is good in my opinion. Wild Arms XF. This is my love-hate relationship game because I do like this game a lot, but I kind of hate the... Like, I really like strategy RPGs, but they did a lot of these different missions where you have to, like, protect the villagers, and they're all stupid, and they run around and just die on you, and if you don't set up your characters right in previous battles for battles that you can't see coming, then you have to go back and grind, so you lose a lot of time. Wipeout Pure. Everybody knows Wipeout. Yggdra Union. Let Us Cling Together. That's another really good strategy RPG. Worms 2. Open Warfare. We'll go down here. East Oath of Felghana. That one, if you can't tell, that's still sealed, so I have yet to play that one. E7, I just picked that one up recently. Haven't played that either. ZHP on Losing Ranger. And East 1 and 2. I actually haven't played any of those. I picked up East 1 and 2 a while ago. Haven't gotten to it. I got the other two just because I heard they were worth getting and actually better than East 1 and 2. but I haven't gotten to them. Alright, that's it for PSP collection. Thanks for watching. Bye.